Well, I came to OU from Findlay, Ohio as a young freshman in the TCOM program. And not a lot of people will go from Findlay to OU, like 10 a year. And the only other person I really knew was Ray Errigan. And I knew him through baseball, just through school and stuff like that. And I hung out with him every once in a while. And one day I was like, Ray, I got all this booze I need to finish. It's the last day of the class. I got all these booze that need to be gone. You want to come over and drink it? And he said, yeah. But I got my roommate I want to bring over. I said, okay.
I said, yeah, sure, I'm there. But is it okay if I bring my roommate? He's cool. Don't worry about him.
And that was Art.
So Ray brought me over freshman year, and I knew it was his friend from back home, but I didn't know anything else other than that, and they had a lot of booze to drink. So we started talking, and we figured out that we both loved horror movies, and we both loved the idea of these cheesy horror movies, and we got along and just kind of hit it off from there. Drank some booze and we had a good time.
I wore this leather jacket on, these cowboy boots, and I was like, oh shit. But it was pretty cool times, and both in the same TCOM program. Both liked the same movies, horror movies. Both hated the same people in our major. Both liked to drink, so that was a good time. And every time my roommate would go home and Ray would go home, I was hanging out with Art and watch movies and make fun of people and drink and stuff like that. And then said, let's live together. And it was supposed to be me, Art, and Ray, and another person, but that fell through. So it was just me and Art on the 5th floor, and everybody else is upstairs in the Bromley Hall, sophomore year. And that's where I met everybody else.
I'm Chris Dodd, and I came up with the idea of drinking the movie.
I'm Andrew Kenny. And I'm the reason DTM ever happened.
I'm Dan Winslow, and you guys are so gay for doing this.
They had known Ray and Art, so they lived across from each other. I never met them. And they had a cool room in Bromley. And they had 3 TVs. It was huge in their own bathroom. So we hung out there a lot. They liked to watch movies. We also like to make fun of the same people too. So yeah, drinking and making fun of people and watching movies is pretty much what we did. And I don't know, one day we were eating, I think dinner was it? I don't know. Dinner at Bromley and talking about making power hours, because I hated power hours. Everybody's power hours sucked with music. And I think somebody, I don't know, I think it was Chris, maybe Dan, maybe Andrew.
It was me who said it.
I said it.
It was my idea.
They said, why don't you make a video power hour? And that's where it started, really. So that sat on a shelf for about a year, because I would keep saying, what movies do you want? And they'd be going, hey, why don't you make the power hour?
You're just fucking lazy. You're just too busy looking at porn on a stupid fucking Mac.
Well, the idea of power hours came back when I think Fall Quarter already made a audio power hour. It was really cool, but it was really something dumb, really stupid name or something like that. I can't remember what it was called.
Power Hour 3, Drinking with a Vengeance.
Art had shown me this thing called Retro, what was it, Retro TV Power Hour, is that what it was? Yeah, with all these retro clips. And I was like, this could be done. So it was originally going to be, I think, TV clips.
It's the stupidest idea I've ever heard. Who wants to watch that?
The idea for it to do was to have montages, just 1-minute montage every movie, like a pump-up scene or a training scene or a music scene or something like that. And that looked like it wasn't going to happen. There's a lot of good ones in there, and a lot of ones we used. But we started, well, we could try to look from other things, like a funny line.
Because there's no crying in baseball. There's no crying in baseball! No crying!
Funny instance.
Fuck you, Willie. Ow! God damn it! I told you I didn't want to do this. It's making me cold!
Maybe just a music scene of nudity. And it looked like that was going to be really possible. And obviously it was very possible. It could happen twice.
So the list, it actually went pretty smoothly. I know we talked about what our favorite movies were, and that's really what the purpose of it was to be a compilation of our favorite movies, not necessarily the greatest movies of all time, but just movies that we thought were awesome and movies that we watched every weekend.
It was just one night after the OSU Florida game, so let's do this. Let's make 60 movies. We got it filled up real quick. I'm like, all right, this ain't gonna happen. It needs a lot more. We thought, let's do a century. Let's do 100, because in a lot of ways, an audio power hour, you know, an album's an hour. But a movie is about 100 minutes, so it works out perfectly. And someone says 101. Put it, it's fine, 101, whatever. And we did it, busted it out with very little fanfare, very little change. And immediately said first clip's going to be Saturday Night Fever, last clip's going to be Star Wars. Never deviated from that ever, and that's what we used, and it worked.
What do we call it?
Title was the trickiest part because it couldn't be something, I don't know, it had to be something catchy, something cool, and no one could think of anything except for Andrew had some real stupid names, something real dumb and basic.
Video Pow Hour. What? What's wrong with that?
But one day Art and I were eating at a Jimmy Buffett themed dinner and just trying to figure out because it was almost done.
I just sort of stopped, put down the fork, drinking the movie.
Big pause. It's like, that's about right. That's about right. And there it was. Everybody's asking for the copies. It's in like 8 or 10 states right now. Colorado, California, Alabama, Louisiana, Texas. And everybody's, you know, loving it, want copies, and just looked at each other, man. We gotta make another one. That's what we're doing now.